Hey, Neil Spears, the Hardwired Music Maker, coming to you today. I'm going to play you my Taylor 214 CE SB. I've had this guitar for about 10 years, and it's one of the ones that I play regularly on gigs and do recording with and play just for fun. Now, I know there's some people that don't particularly like the Taylor brand. It's true, Taylors sound like Taylors. They always have that particular Taylor sound. Whatever, I think it's a nice sound. Things that really attracted me to this guitar was that even though this was not the bottom of the line, they have several models lower than this, but this particular guitar sounds really good, and to get a better sound would cost me 3 or 4 times as much money, and I don't think that for me it's worth it. You know, I think this sounds really good as it is. I really enjoyed it. The way I got it, I walked into a guitar store, ArtistWorks here in Calgary when they had a store on 16th Ave. And I saw this up on the wall. And I'd tried the Taylor 100s and 200s before, and they didn't really excite me. But this one I thought, well, I'll pick it up. It looks a little different. It's got the sunburst finish, which is why it is an SB model. So I took it down off the wall. I started playing, and I'm like, oh, damn, this guitar is coming home with me. So I bought it. You know, and that's how you really should buy an acoustic guitar, is go in and try the guitar. And if it speaks to you, take it home, assuming you can afford it, right? This is not the $4,000 or $5,000 or more Taylor. This is in Calgary. It was $1,000 at the time. They're now up several hundred more than that for this level. Now, this particular model is no longer sold. They stopped selling it back just after I bought it, actually. But it is essentially the same guitar as the 214 CE. So the 214 is the Grand Auditorium model, which means that it's got a little bit more shape here than a dreadnought. Dreadnoughts are a little flatter through here. Partly for comfort, partly it does impart a different sound than a dreadnought. Sitka spruce top and a Indian rosewood laminated sides and back. And whatever you feel about laminated, it sounds really good. It's really nice. I think that's mostly because most of the sound is coming out of this Sitka spruce top, and that's a great material for acoustics, especially if you like doing finger picking, which I do mostly. Let me grab a pick and I'll play a little bit of So, yeah, it's definitely got a sound to it, but it's a really nice sound. A lot of people love it. There is not perfect guitars though. And this is something I found out a little while back, about 4 or 5 years ago. I was talking to country musician George Canyon about guitars, and we got talking about guitars, and mentioned that I had a Taylor, and he said he loved his Taylors. They were by far his favorite guitar, but he found that traveling from Calgary to Vancouver and back, with the changes in humidity and changes in temperature and all that, the tops started cracking. And I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. So he plays a different brand for his on the road. You know, I kind of believe him, because I was just working on through a friend of a friend, I was asked to work on a guitar, do a little bit of work on it. And it had some pretty major cracks in the top, right along the lower part here. And so I was like, yeah, okay, I know what that's from. You know, I've had this, like I said, for 10 years, and there's no cracks. You know, there's a couple of little ripples that I occasionally see, but nothing more than I've seen on other guitars. If you're playing in one place and your guitar gets toughened into those conditions, so to speak, I think Taylors are fantastic. They, you know, I think at this level is an incredible buy for the money. You know, and I know people who have 5, 6, 7 Taylors, all different models, and they have them for different reasons, and that's pretty cool. You know, that's really nice. But I think overall, Taylors are fantastic guitars. They sound good. They play really well. That's really what attracted me to this, was that it plays super well. I really like the action on it. The fretboard feels good. It is an ebony fretboard, by the way. And when I'm doing gigs, it sounds great plugged in. Like, it sounds fantastic plugged in. The expression system too that's in this has individual elements for each of the strings, and it's just a really good sounding system. Now, like all Taylors, it's got the 3 knobs on the top. It doesn't have one of those blocks of preamp. They put so much thought into it. They just need to make the tops just a little thicker, I think. But I'm not going to get rid of this just because there could be some problems. I think it's a great guitar. I really do. For home use and for recording, for my home studio, and just for sitting around, I have taken it camping with me. It survived that. So I really enjoy it. Right now, for the money, which is about $1,000 US, I think it's a great guitar. It sounds so much better than... I had a reasonable Takamine before, and it was, with age, it had started blooming in its sound, and it actually sounded really good. It was taking on this nice mellowness. That's because I had owned it for 20 years and played it constantly, which acoustic guitars want to be played constantly. They love being played. The more you play them, the better they sound. They stop thinking that they're pieces of a tree and start becoming the musical instrument that they can become. That's my Taylor. This is my main acoustic. I do have a nylon string that is really awful. One day I'll have to upgrade it. But this is my main acoustic, and it fulfills all my needs, and I'm super happy with it. And I didn't have to spend the $4,000 or $5,000 for one of the top level Taylors. I think for $1,000 US, this is a fantastic deal. Now, you can't get the SB finish on the non-deluxe models and stuff. So you get the plain top, and to be real honest, I actually prefer the solid color, the light brown color of an acoustic guitar. I don't actually like a Sunburst on an acoustic, but I liked playing this so much, I bought it anyways. Looks are secondary to me to the playability. And this plays so well, and it sounds so good. Plugged in or acoustically, it just sounds great. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, all that, you know, all the usual stuff. But that stuff really does help those of us who are doing these videos on a regular basis to continue doing those videos. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.